I don't know, sweetheart. I go to YouTube and yeah. Yeah, it's just gonna create a whole new key. I don't know, sweetheart. Yeah, I have no idea. Info. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if it'll be the same lane. Okay. Huh? Just try it. Okay. You want me to do that? Okay. Alright. Can I get on your Wi-Fi? It's okay, sweetheart. Great. I can't get on the internet here. Can you open up your thing? Hey guys, if you can see me, we're just trying to get reset here. We minute. Yep. You can text it to me. She says the whole connection cut out at this point. Okay. I don't know. She just said, Elaine texted and said, what's the plan here? Baby, it new link, and it takes a few minutes to send it. This is not the live stream link. I've made this. Go here. Yeah. That's the link that I need. Okay. Edit. Yeah, I don't really know what this is doing. It's like a weird link that you shared with me. I know.
I clicked on that link.
Yeah. Mine never says watch. So we'll just try it. Okay. Add recipients. Okay. Send to weekly mail planning group and save and schedule and send now. Send now. Who else was on there? We got some folks. Okay. All right. Do you remember who the other person is so I can send them a message? You said Amy? Amy. Okay. Hi, everyone. I am so sorry about the technical difficulties. We are going to go ahead and get started. BJ, you might want to, it might be a good idea to drop just a quick picture with the link in our Instagram story, and maybe we can get some folks that way. All right, well, if you're here, thank you so much for joining us and being super patient. As some of you may know, we live in a super rural area. So, internet issue, the internet issues happen all the time here. And so trying to stream YouTube can be a fiasco sometimes, but we're here. And happy Easter for those of you that celebrate, and for those of you that don't, happy spring. We are in the season of green abundance, and so as I get older, I have come to very much appreciate this season in my life, when everything starts to come out of its shell, and so I love cooking with spring ingredients. Spring ingredients are some of my favorites. There's just so much flavor and so much things to come. So I'm Amanda Callahan. Thanks for joining. I'm here in my home kitchen with you, so you'll hear lots of background noises with my kids, who are wonderful kitchen helpers as well, and my rock star of a husband who produces this whole thing behind the scenes. So thank you for joining us. So I'm going to hop right into this week's meal planning before we get started on a little demonstration in what we're cooking for tonight. So, oh good, thanks Elian for resharing on Cafe. I appreciate it. All right, so if you have my meal planning document, is it shared, Beach?
Sure is.
Awesome! So, tonight we are having ourselves a feast. I came across this recipe this week, and sorry, this is one of the only paid links or behind a paywall recipes that I shared this week. But it is a caramelized lemon roasted chicken. So I make lemon curd a lot. There's so many people who love lemon curd and are like, how can I make lemon curd, Amanda? And so I have made it for several people over the years, and a curd recipe I often end up making, and recipes I usually make like a full pint jar of lemon curd, and I'm like, great, what do I do with all this lemon curd now? So when I saw this recipe, I was like, oh my god, this is genius. First of all, lemons are just about out of season. So our lemons are coming up from our winter. And so I'm grabbing the rest of some delicious organic lemons from the grocery store. And it is pretty important to use organic lemons when making lemon curd because you're going to use a ton of zest. So anyways, I saw this recipe, lemon curd, and essentially you stuff the lemon curd underneath the skin of the chicken like you would like when you do a Thanksgiving dinner and you like stuff the herb butter underneath the turkey. I don't know if you do that, but that's one of my favorite ways to roast a turkey. And the lemon, so everybody loves lemon chicken, right? But with the sweetness of the curd, so the curd uses sugar, and in this case, we're actually going to use honey, making it super ultra local friendly. So the caramelization happens when the heat hits the sugar. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is so genius. So I had to make it for our Easter dinner celebration. And I'm going to do some potatoes. Hasselback potatoes just refer to a like super, well, it's not that fancy. It just makes it look like you're fancy. But you just like kind of thinly slice potatoes while keeping the backbone of the potato. So it kind of looks like this really pretty scalloped potato. So I was going to make some pretty roasted potatoes. There'll probably be some delicious herby butter involved or something like that. I don't know, Ari, what do you think? Rosemary or parsley on our potatoes? Yeah, that sounds good. Something like that. This onion pudding. I saw this recipe this week from a longtime blogger that I follow, Homesick Texan. When I really want some great Tex-Mex food, she has some great recipes on her website. Anyway, she posted this onion pudding recipe. As you might, I mean, she's everything Texas, but Vidalia onions are big in that area as well. So it makes use of, and you can use the spring onions coming out of our farms. But this recipe looks so good, and onions are a favorite of my partner, and so I'm excited to make him this onion pudding. He's hearing about this for the first time. What do you think about onion pudding? Oh, he's zoned out. He doesn't hear me. Anyways, and maybe I'll get around to some kale. I've got some beautiful kale from a student of my husband brought us some kale this week, so I thought maybe I'd kind of do like, instead of like spinach artichoke dip, like kale and artichoke dip. And I know it says on this, oh, I guess I didn't update this. Oh, bummer. It didn't update. It says blackberry lavender cake, but we changed our mind. Ari and I made an executive decision today because of all of the wonderful, vibrant, beautiful, local, organic strawberries coming out. I'll drop a link to the recipe I'm roughly using. I don't ever really follow a recipe if you know me, even cake recipes. So we're using the idea of a recipe today. Our cakes are cooling over here, so we already did this. We are making, Aria made a chamomile cream that we're going to whip and put it, it's kind of like a take on strawberry shortcake meets cake meets herbs meets fresh strawberries. So I'm pretty excited about that tonight. So that is going to be our Easter feast tonight. I'm going to be, as soon as this live stream ends, committing myself to the kitchen full time tonight. And this week on the menu, we've got I don't know if you don't shop on our local farmers market, Clemson Area Food Exchange, you're missing out. But even if you aren't local, right now in season in our area is broccoli and sugar snap peas. They are coming out of the farms and out of the fields. So I'm going to throw them all in my wok and make a nice stir fry sauce. I linked to a really cool recipe or a really cool article that I fall back on when I'm like, I know I want to make a stir fry, but I don't really know what kind of sauce I'm going to put on it. Oftentimes, my stir fries are just like soy sauce, rice vinegar, sriracha, which is delicious in and of itself. But I'm gonna make use of all the fresh veggies coming out. So broccoli, sugar snap peas, probably some type of Asian green as well. There's some Mizuna, and Mizuna is a great Asian green that stir fries really well. And some ground pork, of course, because pork farmer here. I'm gonna make a big honey mustard chicken salad. My kids love when I make honey mustard dressing. And so I thought instead of making a roast chicken that night, I could just make a really quick salad. I linked to something that like is kind of like what I envision I'll make. But I also love this website, Deliciously Organic, if you're not familiar with her work. Definitely a really great recipe website to follow for those of you that are super health conscious minded and looking for allergy-friendly diets. This is a great website. So, and then let's see, Thursday, if you follow me on Instagram and you saw my beautiful beet pasta, or you read the blog and see the recipes that I posted, or you're a cafe member, then you saw this recipe come out several years ago on the newsletter. But beet pasta is another family favorite. Beets are coming in right now, the first of this season's beets, or they're overwintered beets. And so we're going to make what is lovingly referred to in my house as pink pasta. So it's kind of like a take on pesto, but instead of using greens, it uses beets. So I roast them until they're super sweet and put them in the food processor with local ricotta, some type of nut, and blend it all together and then toss it with pasta. So also we still have some Brussels sprouts coming in off the farms, so I figured instead of topping it with arugula, I'd roast off some Brussels sprouts for some like nice crunch on top. And then this weekend we're kind of all over the place, so we're out on Friday and Saturday. There's an awesome community food gathering happening in Westminster this week. So you can catch Callywood Farms pork there and probably another Callywood Farms strawberry cake of some sort at the Westminster Community Food Gathering. You'll have to check out the Oconee Food Council website to get details on that. And that's what it looks like for the week. The kids requested vegetable spring rolls. Again, I use this recipe as a rough frame of reference for how we make it, but we'll make vegetable spring rolls for lunches all week. And I'm going to make a big batch of breakfast muffins. I'll be making some almond butter. We can get some great cafe orders, some almonds from California, bulk style, and we have access to some really fresh amazing raw almonds. So I'm going to make a big batch of almond butter this week. And then you can also see down, if you scroll down, my shopping list. So what it looks like to really focus your shopping list on local ingredients, right? So my meal planning structure, it really starts on Friday as soon as the cafe goes live with what they're listing, and then as soon as I see what fresh veggies are available, I'm like, ooh, I can plug that in here, I can plug that in here, so that way I'm trying my first hit is at cafe, and I'm making the most of hitting up all of my local farms first, and then I build out what do I need on top of that, right? So like for pink pasta, I've got to go get some gluten-free pasta at the store. I need some extra tamari or soy sauce to make those vegetable spring rolls work. And I am always trying to shop at local chains. So depending on where you live, instead of going to the big grocery store, I super duper encourage you to try to find that local grocery chain, right? So if you're